People. People.
Group chat convos, new episode coming your way, episode 30. We're back. I'm here with Onion Boy. And,
Onion Boy Tyler.
Tyler Mitchell. Y'all know his name. Tyler LLC.
You know.
Here with Milio. You know the
sir.
boys. Just, the boys getting together, chopping it up. No guest on this one. But how y'all doing, man?
I'm good. Living good, man.
Yeah.
Glad to have you three on episode 30.
Episode 30. New
episode
milestone.
Us three.
Yeah. Big 3-0.
Yeah, man.
Hit the threes. But yeah, we got some good things to get into, good topics. Before we get into any of that, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Please.
Really helps us out a lot in ways that y'all don't even know. So we appreciate all the support. And yeah, let's get it jumping, man. Let's go.
Bam. So starting it off, did you guys hear about EST GEE offering a feature to Desiigner for $75,000 and Desiigner getting upset about it?
Yeah, that's bullshit.
I think I did see that,
Yeah.
like on my feed earlier today.
Yeah. It's
You
kind
see
of
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I said it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying it's bullshit on SCG part.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up, man. Like, I think especially like once you get to a certain level and people like respect who you are, you should kind of like not fucking tax them $75,000 for a feature. Like,
Yeah.
who has $75,000 for a feature?
Wait,
like,
wait.
really?
Time out. So y'all think like EST GEE is in the wrong for saying he wanted $75K?
Yes,
Yes.
because a feature from him is not worth $75K.
I mean, I
You
agree.
Fucking tripping.
I agree. Yeah. But the thing is, I look at it as like, and there's this quote I came across, and I brought it to Tyler's attention. It really made his brain start working. It was, most people never get the amount of money they want out of their life because they never ask for the amount that they want in their life. So maybe, but the thing is, you're looking at like, you wouldn't pay that or anything, but he might come across 6 rappers this year that will pay that. And that's what, I don't even know. I can do math off the top of my head, but that's a good amount of money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. I'm not saying that he's in the wrong. Like, I'm not saying he's tripping for asking for $75K. I'm more so saying he's tripping for thinking that a nigga's gonna pay him $75K. I mean, like you said, there's gonna be 6 rappers out there who will pay him $75K for a feature, but his feature is not worth $75K. He's good, but
Yeah.
calm it down, nigga.
I agree, because that's
Just a
close to
little bit.
6 figures.
I feel like a $75,000 feature is like I would spend like 100 bands or 75,000 bands for like a little baby to come to my daughter's prom. That's Lil Baby. I'm not ESTG, bro. I'll get him out there for 25, and that's me being generous. 20.
I feel like that's more of like a 15K, if that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's like he hasn't done the tours. He hasn't done the numbers to charge that number, in my opinion. And I don't know necessarily how the music industry is set up, but like $75,000 for a feature and Designer's getting mad about it. Think about it. Like, it must be a lot of money. I mean, Designer's not broke, I wouldn't say. I mean, he's made a few bangers. I think one of his songs has gone gold. Multiple of his songs. Panda, everybody knows Panda.
Yeah, Panda definitely is.
So
That's
it's like,
platinum, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, so it's like,
might be multi-platinum.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the way I look at it is like, this is the problem that a lot of rappers have coming up, is that they start to get hot and they want to just start, they start taxing for shows, they start taxing for features and everything like that. And then after their little, 15 minutes of fucking being the hottest rapper out or some shit starts to go up, then they start to talk about the industry is fake and niggas don't fuck with me. Nigga, you switched up once you got hot. What do you mean?
Exactly.
It's true.
It's like, go ahead.
And I would say, I want to add to that. I saw a video of Glorilla, or like a picture of Glorilla. Y'all know who that is?
Yeah.
Glorilla was charging like $15,000, I think, at first, and now she's charging like 25 or something. And
Yeah.
it's like, or like
For features.
for features or like shows or no, excuse me. I think it was $4,000.
That's you're talking about Ice Spice.
Ice Spice. Is it
Yeah,
Ice
that's
Spice?
the same one. That's exactly what I was about
Yeah.
to bring up. Yeah.
It's like some of these girls who have like hits over the summer, like into the fall or these past few months. Like I feel like they should start like humbly, not just because they're the hottest shit out right now, that they should be charging hella money. You know, I guess if they think that they're not going to be relevant in the next future, maybe, or in the next near future, maybe charge that much just because they're trying to get their money in.
Yeah, and the reason why, I guess, Eli, since you haven't seen this, the reason why that was brought up is because she had a show booked at a club or something like that, and it got canceled. She canceled it.
Oh yeah, I've
She
seen
canceled
that.
the
Yeah,
rest
I
of
saw
them.
that.
Yeah,
I saw
yeah,
that.
yeah. She
Sorry, that wasn't clear, but
yeah, she canceled all of her shows that were booked at that lower price because now she's asking for that $15K, and like that's where they get fucked up. Like, come on, who's booking you now? If you continue to drop bangers, if you continue to continue to make a name, okay, yeah, then I can see you charging $15K for a show. But bro, she has one song that literally went viral on TikTok, and is literally. I don't know if y'all saw the video. Like, I'm not trying to hate on her. I know I kind of sound like I'm hating, but I don't know if y'all saw the video. Literally, she was performing somewhere. Might have been fucking Rolling Loud or some shit. I don't know. She was performing somewhere, and her whole song, that nigga a munch, blah 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 or whatever.
yeah,
As soon as her verse starts, nobody in the crowd is rapping it. Like nobody knows the words after that chorus, and that's one song. Like
yeah. Imagine doing 20 clubs for 4 bands a piece, and then canceling, and then trying to get those 20 clubs to give you 15, and only 3 of them hit you back.
Bro, and you know what? It's so crazy. This bar just popped in my head from Drake. Like all this, it's on. What is it? The DJ Khaled with him, Wayne, and I'm on one.
Yeah.
What does he say? He says, "Get it while you here, boy, because all that hype ain't the same next year." Like, and it brings me to one thing I want to talk about. Me and Tyler talked about it off camera when we were discussing topics. Is it's like, so Desiigner came out. How we know about this, obviously, is because Desiigner made a whole video posting calling EST GEE trash. He's not in the game yet to be saying like pretty much what we're saying, to be even asking for that amount of money. But it's like, you just see how certain people move in the game, and it's like there's levels to the shit. Because it's like, you'll never see J. Cole or Drake or Kendrick. Granted, people probably don't even charge them. But it's like, I guarantee that they've asked for a feature and someone was like, yeah, it's this much money. They're like, nah, fuck that. I'll just do it myself then.
Yeah.
They just kept it pushing. They weren't out here making videos diminishing other people's work ethic or craft or art or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, so I definitely think it is also lame on Desiigner part. Because it's like, nigga, like, at the end of the day, like you said, Eli, STG, he's charging what he wants to charge for his feature price. If you're not fucking with it, then you don't have to
keep
pay.
it pushing.
Yeah, you don't have to pay the nigga. But like, for you to take it personal and think, oh, why the fuck this nigga just trying to tax me and only me? Like, nigga, he's not only taxing you $75K for a feature.
Yeah, literally, bro. It's like, it's almost like clout chasing a little bit,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Because Desiigner really isn't relevant.
Yeah.
But I mean, you have to give Desiigner his respect because he's done the hits in the past.
Of course.
So like, I don't necessarily listen to Desiigner that much at all, if at all anymore, but I mean, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna charge that much. It's just,
I mean, man, I'm not paying that nigga $75K for a feature, man.
but I'm not gonna post it online.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna post it online, and I'm not gonna pay that nigga. Yeah. Like, it's straight.
I'm gonna
like
keep
that.
it pushing and doing me.
I mean, his album he just dropped, it was pretty good, but man, I mean, I can't listen to a whole album of him. I'm sorry.
EST GEE?
Yeah, he has his fire songs on there, and like a lot of his songs are like, almost all of his songs are like, they're pretty hard, but it's like, that's not I can't listen to a whole album of that nigga. Just like what's his name, Real Boston Richie, his tape was fire, but like, I can't listen to the whole fucking tape, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's just,
that's facts.
Yeah. EST GEE got shot in the head way back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he used to be like, he still may be, but the local police, like wherever he's from, they were like making a task force to stop EST GEE gang.
Wow.
Yeah, they were very like prominent. They used to have like a lot of shootouts with other local gangs, rival gangs, and yeah.
Where is he?
Mm.
Where is he from?
I want to say
It's not Memphis.
it's not Memphis.
Florida?
No.
No, he's not.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just
Detroit,
Is he from Detroit?
maybe.
and but anyways, like it's just so unique to me seeing like just like being an outsider looking in, you know, a supporter of all these artists and rappers. It's just so unique how certain ones move, and it's like you never see the very successful ones moving like that.
Yeah.
It's always like the ones that are like
Struggling.
lower than yeah. It's like you always see them in the news for some head ass shit or just, you know, just doing some weird shit, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it makes you think, even like having, you know, shout out Eat with Zoe, him doing his thing. It's like, I remember following him when he just had the regular Instagram account, but now he's a influencer on Instagram and stuff. And how he moves in the public eye is just very different now.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, and it's got me because, like, you know, podcast is gaining traction. Thank you to all, you know, all the support that we're getting and stuff. It makes me start feeling like I got to really be careful with the stuff I post,
Yep.
you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Precisely.
It's and just like the bigger you get, you know, the more you just have to really watch how you're, you know, what you do. You have to watch every single move you make.
Mhm.
You know, something that's relevant to that is PnB Rock. You know, I think I saw there was a news report that supposedly like FBI is investigating, you know, the shooting and everything. Supposedly it wasn't just a normal robbery. It was like maybe like somebody was like, I don't know, it was like planned, like premeditated.
Yeah, I heard it was almost like a hit.
Where was
Yeah.
this?
For on PnB Rock.
Oh, okay.
So
It was in Los Angeles, right?
yeah. So the thing with that is like, you know, it's just all that like, I don't know. It's just a whole. His girlfriend posted where they were eating at, and then he got shot. You know, I don't know how long afterwards, but I mean, my stance on that, I definitely think that his girl posting that is definitely what led to him getting shot. You know, I mean,
Yeah, not cut you off. But yeah, I definitely feel like it led to him getting shot, but I absolutely don't think there was any like she definitely wasn't thinking of that like at all.
No.
When she
Oh, yeah,
posted
no.
that. Like
And-
that what didn't even cross her mind. But I think that's really different, and it speaks on honestly how just men and women are just wired so different. Because man, not saying by any means a woman can't be a protector, but it's in our biology as men to be protectors and stuff. And I just feel like, I mean, I'm the type of person, I go in a restaurant, I can't have my back to the door. Like I
Yeah.
have to see what's coming in. I have to, and I feel like, I'm not saying not any woman does this, but I feel like most women, at least in Western civilization, they don't. That stuff doesn't even cross their mind one fucking bit
Yeah.
or
Well,
anything.
you see what's kind of when me hearing you say that, I think for women it's just different. I don't know how to explain
It's
it.
like it's already in our biology.
but what I mean different is like for you saying you can't have your back to the door. For a female, it might be I can't go to the gas station at a certain time. You know what I mean? Like I think for
That's very
men,
true.
yeah,
I,
yeah.
I think for men, it's more of a general aspect with everything.
Yeah.
It's just general in life.
Mhm.
For females, it's more of like situational. You know what I mean? Like I go out to eat. You know, female goes out to eat. She posts food, posts where she at. Okay, especially for if she's with somebody a high status or whatever. But it's like at the same time, like I said, female isn't going to fucking Walmart at 9 o'clock when it's pitch black by herself. You know,
Exactly.
like,
Yeah.
she's not going to stop at a gas station. She's not going to, you know, like that's why like it's just different. But like I said, for men, I think it's general. For female, it's more situational. But I think if we want to talk about PnB Rock in that situation, I think that's more of like his girl was literally just posting food where she was eating at, and you know, at the end of the day, man, it is what it is as far as how it went down. Can't really change nothing about it now. You know, you got so many people speaking out, talking about, and like you have the old heads who are like, or just those people who are like, oh, you know, if you're gang affiliated, blah blah this and that, it's like then you got to know how to move and shit like that. But I mean, I don't know. I don't really like this, like, people who were going hard on the girl for posting the picture, because it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, like you said,
But
Eli, you got to think from just from her point of view.
yeah, absolutely. But it is like if he was in that type of life or whatnot, I have no idea. If like I just feel like you just have to. Everyone around me, you have to make sure like keep them safe. Like it's
Yeah,
lacking on
yeah.
his part too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Honestly, because you can see like if someone is taking a picture, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And if,
Oh,
if
yeah,
you're that
yeah.
hot, if you're like moving that hot to where it's like motherfuckers really want to run up on you in broad daylight at a public restaurant, then I don't know. It's just so unfortunate situation,
Yeah.
by any means, any stretch, But it's just so crazy, especially like the whole Pop Smoke thing and now this. And I even recently saw, I don't know if y'all saw this, it was like someone was recording Kodak live. And he literally was like, bro, cut that shit off. You did not just see what happened to PnB Rock. Like,
Yeah,
turn
like-
that shit off.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was not trying to be exposed.
Yeah. And I think it's just so it's so relevant, and it's so like more of like kind of common knowledge, but at the same time it's not really just like how would I put it? Not common knowledge, but like what's the word I'm looking for? Like
Generalized?
no,
or-
like
Like without being said.
no, fuck. Fuck. What am I trying to say? Oh, wrong one. Not common knowledge. Fucking. What is it? You guys.
General understanding.
No,
I
it's
have
like
no idea.
it's. I feel like I'm making it out to be complicated too, and it's so simple. Like there's a quote that goes with it that like let's use common knowledge. Like you'd say common knowledge isn't that common. Like
Common sense isn't common.
common sense. Thank you. That's what I was looking for.
Common sense.
That's what I was looking for. But I mean, for example, we were out literally downtown Charlotte with Lorenzo. Shout out Iwazo. We're downtown with him, and we're literally walking on the sidewalk, and somebody's driving by and is literally yelling out Zoe, and it was we were what fucking 15. I don't know. We were deep as fuck that night, so somewhat you're kind of looking at it as like, damn, is that somebody we were just with who left, or is that somebody that I don't know at all? Turned out to be somebody he didn't even know. So it's like even for somebody like him, he has to watch like, you gotta watch how you move at the end of it, especially in this social media day and age. Like
Everything's captured on image, bro. Like
everything.
And the thing is, it's like there's this famous quote. What is it? I'm sure y'all heard it. I'm paraphrasing it. But it's like you spend your whole life like keeping an image. You spend your whole life to take care of your image, but it takes one thing to destroy a lifetime's work.
very true.
Like literally one thing, and that's so crazy. And that's one thing I like because we are getting Eat with Zoe on here in the future.
Yeah, one day.
But that's something I'd love to pick his brain about, just how he thinks now, because he can't. Like you said, we were literally just downtown Charlotte, and all you hear is Eat with Zoe. It's like, he ended up coming up to him and talk to him. He was like,
Yeah.
hey, I follow you on Instagram, blah, blah. But that's just so crazy because he can't just walk around like he's anyone, because he's not just anyone,
Yeah. And that even goes into what you put on social media.
Yeah.
Like he can't put anything. It even comes down to what you fucking put on your story. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like you literally have to be selective with what you put on your story, because once you get to that status, you get that many followers and your name is like that big, like everything you do, people are watching. People are watching your every single move. I mean, you look at even the stuff going back to people looking up famous celebrities' old tweets, like
Yeah.
man, like you're not safe. You're not safe
At
from
all.
anything. It doesn't your past, your future, your present. You have to move like fucking pinpoint accurate.
Yeah, you know how many times I've seen people, I couldn't name somebody specific, but I've seen like people of like a higher, profile doing what they do, and they have a fucking Twitter post from 2012 and it's like some racial slur or like, somebody doing something that's like frowned upon in 2022, and it just comes back to bite them in the ass a decade later.
Yeah.
So it's crazy how like y'all are saying, like technology moves from, one spectrum all the way to the other, and it may correlate. You know what I'm saying? Like it may have meaning 10 years from now. Like what we're doing right now will have meaning 10 years from now.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and that's one thing I think about, working on the podcast. It's like when I get discouraged, like, dang, I wish we would have popped or a video would have blew up. But I ask myself, what brings me back down to earth is I ask myself, would I be able to mentally handle having 1 million followers on a social media platform?
Would you?
Like, would I really be able to? Honestly, right now, no. I'll be completely honest, no.
I don't think so either.
Not this very moment right now where we're sitting, no.
Yeah.
You know what I think though about that? I think that at this moment, none of us would. We couldn't
go ahead.
We couldn't go from having 170 followers to 1 million in fucking one day. But what I will say is the build up, everything that builds up to it is kind of where you will
learn.
Yeah, where you'll learn
exactly
mentally. Because we can go from 200 followers to 1K, 5K, 10K, and the interaction becomes more and more. And then, you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn from, you're gonna learn what you can do with 10K followers is not what you could do with 5K. You're gonna learn what you could do with 10K. It's not what you can do with 100K. You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of the biggest thing about it. I think that's something big, and too is everything you really have to just kind of take a lesson from it. Whether it's a L, whether it's a fucking W, it doesn't matter what it is. You have to just take a lesson, take something important from everything.
Yeah,
because you never know what you're gonna need it for. You never know how it'll help you out in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. And you saying that is 100% right on the dot. Because from us, now that I'm thinking about it, from you, Lily, saying that, I post different from how when we had 10 followers to 170.
Yeah.
Now, literally, I post different now just
exactly.
on my private account, and I feel like we post different just on the GroupChatConvs social media page now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
and we've learned through that gap there, so I can't wait for what we learned from 170 to 1,000, then 1,000 to 10,000.
And I love that natural, unfabricated growth. It's like our aspect of what our followers are expecting of us now versus what we expect of ourselves, with 10,000 followers is completely different.
Yeah.
I hear people saying that, we're doing a good job and we're doing this and that, and I completely agree. But knowing the vision that I have with y'all for GroupChatConvs, it's like, obviously we're going to have to build and open our aspects and open up our, our channel or our social medias to accommodate 5,000 people, 10,000 people. And I think we're accommodating the followers that we have right now perfectly. So
I think we're on the perfect path right now.
It's a good give and take. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I can't give everything right now because I haven't built up to have all that, exposure taken. Does that make sense?
I mean, there's even things that we've talked about that we want to implement, that we want to do, that we know that's what we need to be doing, but at the same time, we're working towards it. And I'm not gonna say certain things that we've talked about, that how we want to have our social media looking or stuff like that. I'm not gonna say, oh well, since we only have so and so followers, it doesn't really matter that we do that. But it's like, we're going 1%, so we have our ideas and we have our visions, and we know that once we let's say we have something go fucking crazy, let's say we have a reel pop off or a TikTok pop off, and now we get 2,000 followers or something, like now that might for some of the stuff we have in plan, we might have to that's going to kind of rush it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you got to go with the flow. But go ahead.
Yeah, and firm believer, and I think y'all too, everything happens for a reason. And just to give y'all a little insight, on the inside conversation we were having, Emilio said it best in one of the meetings we had. He was like, we don't start doing that when we get to so-and-so point. We need to start doing it now, so by the time we get there, everything is just firing on all cylinders, which is 100% facts, because it's like, I'm a firm believer, I've mentioned this on previous podcasts, is the way you get to your future self or your higher self is you act it out in the present.
Yeah.
So if we're moving like a podcast that has 10,000 followers right now when it has 170 on Instagram. We're only going to get to 1,000 followers. But once we get that, we need to start acting like a podcast has 50,000, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everything else
I
falls in
also
place.
think, because I'm obviously, I don't think any of us are like, we care about the numbers.
Yeah, no,
even how we
yeah,
even spoke
yeah.
about with Pierre last episode,
Yeah.
like, but it's definitely fun to see the growth and the work that we put in, and just just how we view like the podcast, like how you're saying.
Mhm.
It's like, yeah, like we're accommodating these followers right now, and I feel like we're putting out content that we love right now, but we see how we're gonna be with 100,000 followers, you know, and we're trying to get there 1% better. It's
Mhm.
I definitely see that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's definitely not like we're talking about the numbers right now, but like Tyler just said, we're not like individuals that like stare at these numbers all day and
Like
a
our fingers
certain number.
crossed.
Yeah, but
hoping-
this is like in this content creation world, this is a way how we measure our success.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And
That's a good way to say it.
Yeah, it's just a way how we measure our success or
Yeah.
measure where we are right now.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. And I mean, you know, we can post a video and it'll only get 300 views or something and 20 likes, no comments, and then we can go and post another video and it gets
13K.
gets 13K,
Yeah.
a bunch of comments, even if it gets if it gets 3K with some comments. You know, like
Mhm.
it all varies, but we don't look at one thing and like, okay, this video got 13K. This is how we need to do it exactly every single time.
Yeah.
We're gonna look at it and see what we did from that and be like, okay, we do need to do this, but at the same time, like you said, Tyler, we're still putting out the content we want to put out. We make the reels we want to post, you know, and we caption it how we want to caption. We do our titles how we want to do it, you know.
Mhm.
It's and I feel like that's something where, you know, even if we have 10K followers, like we're still going to be doing that, you
Yeah.
know. We might have
Yeah.
to change up a few things, but at the end of the day, it's all about, you know, making the content that we want to make and that we want to put out. And as
Yeah.
long as we do that, I feel like
That's the
like,
1%.
yeah, literally, that's the 1%, and that's just like steps to success. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of people try to go with the trends or go
And
with
fabricate what they want to put out.
Yeah.
exactly.
Like I
Mhm.
don't get that. Like, you know, I feel like an idea, like how you're saying, Emilio, an idea should be replicated how you want it to be. Like, you know, like dreams into reality. Like that's a thing because a person said that he had a thought or he had a dream that he wanted to put out into the world, like in the physical world, not just in his mind.
Yeah,
You know, so that goes hand in hand with how we think, how we act, how we move about the pod, how we talk about the pod, and it's like that's more natural and that's what just works. You know, that
Yeah.
for us.
yeah,
You know, and I think
yeah,
that's
definitely.
just the niche we found.
Yeah, and I think because we try to make the podcast look how we want it to look, but obviously we have inspirations and we look at other successful podcasts and we give and take, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like we generally, at least me, whenever I feel like I'm like, this needs to be like this because this successful podcast runs it like this or this one does this. I always try to come back down to earth and be like, but how do I want it?
Yeah.
Like how do I want it?
Like that
works.
Because I can literally, it's my podcast. I
Yeah.
can create it however the fuck I want to create it.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
literally mine.
Exactly. It works
know?
for that guy, but that doesn't work for my guys.
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like-
exactly. and at the end of the day, everybody who creates something, no matter you make music, clothes,
Mm-hmm.
a podcast, of fucking art,
Whatever.
it doesn't matter. You're gonna take inspiration from somewhere,
Absolutely.
you know. but-
Somewhere, someone.
yeah, but if you look at the people who are successful, how many people are successful who literally copied somebody 100% straight? Now there are some people who are successful like that, but
Perkio.
Like I
man,
said, Perkio.
man,
Oh,
fuck
that
bro.
dude is, he
Bro.
makes me laugh.
Bro.
Didn't he say that he got his haircut because Dirk got his haircut or
I
something?
saw he
no,
broke up with his girlfriend
Yeah.
because
Dirk broke up with his girlfriend or some
Listen,
stupid shit.
Listen, Perkio is in contender for cornball of the year.
For real.
Him and Fake Drake. That nigga Fake Drake fell
Fake
off.
Drake, bro.
I don't even know what his name was, but Fake Drake, Perkio. Who's another cornball? Goddamn.
I don't even know, but go ahead. What were you saying? Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you're gonna take inspiration, but for I feel like, you know, if you're coming from genuine success, with no handouts, nothing like that. It has to be, your own creation. It has to come from, your own mind on what you're doing. Like,
Yeah.
I look at somebody like Kanye. I mean, Kanye has been saying, he literally said, 5 or 6 years ago, he said, come back to this interview and watch how big Yeezy is.
Yeah.
And now Yeezy is literally multi-billion dollars.
Exactly.
And so it's like, but Kanye, if you look at, who he gets inspired by, he has a bunch of inspirations, but his clothes don't really look like,
anybody's.
Yeah, doesn't look like anybody's, because that's from his creative mind.
Exactly.
I have a question for you, Tyler,
Yeah.
because I really feel like, I'll speak for myself. I don't know how Emilio feels, but I really feel like, at least, like for me, it was like, we need to do it this way. We need to do it this way. But you really kept me grounded in the fact of, no, not saying I was want to catch on anything trendy or be anything unorganic than what we are, but I feel like from the Stony Mountain vision, you really implemented that. No, we need to do what works for us. We need to really stay true to us, to even the point of we only follow our accounts on the podcast page. We don't follow anyone else to get more followers. We don't do any of that.
No.
And how did y'all implement? Was that was that Max come to the table and saying that, or Tyler, or is that a collective thing? Like, where did that come from?
I think good energy attracts good energy.
Absolutely.
So even the same mindsets will open up whenever it's time to open up and come together. So, like, for instance, like, I may have an opinion on something very specific, and my boys may be like, why don't you just try something that's exactly like that, but with one minute detail that's different, that accommodates all of our needs, or something like that, and focusing on yourself first and foremost is what you need to do. Like, people get distracted, especially with technology, like we just said, like with this modern age, social media, like, people differentiate what social media should be for. You know, you have people who follow social media because it's social media. They want to be social, through technology. And, there are people who, like, for me, for instance, I kind of use social media, and Stony Mountain, we kind of use social media for, or at least for what I've seen, is for just like the community of people that we want around us. And if you want to join us, that's awesome. We love you for that. And if you don't, that's also cool. Like, if you enjoyed, like, what you see, that's awesome. If you don't, cool, But again, like, it's us. So it's not like we're trying to chase a specific general population. We're just trying to do things that, I would say this, all three of us individually, we've had a white canvas in front of us, and we have all three dove into that canvas and immersed ourselves, our lifestyles, our loves, our hates, our everything, and shown one another. Does that make sense? And just it paints a picture that can be put together like a puzzle. That's how I always picture. It's like you're putting together that creativity together, and if it makes sense, it'll fit. If it doesn't, it'll look a little off. So
yeah, absolutely.
Your choices make you.
Yeah. What would you say about that? Do you feel like that, like, Stony Mountain mindset came through group chat convos, like, almost like a funnel?
Yeah, definitely, because it's one of the biggest things I always say about Stony Mountain is that, like, you can look at their clothes, you can look at how the social media is, and it doesn't look like like anything is forced
at all.
But it also looks like it's a creative collaborative. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell, you can see. I'm not gonna say that certain things look like a specific person made it, but it just looks like, you see one shirt and you're like, okay, that shirt's fire. You can see another shirt and you're like, oh shit, that shit's even more fire. And then you look at it, and when you really look at it, it looks like, like, it looks like Stony Mountain is one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's three people who's running it. It's three people who are, who's behind it, but the brand itself is one.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And, like,
and that creates a uniqueness.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, and then once you go and you just, like, it's just, little things here and there, just like how we'll look at a podcast and we might take something from it. We can look at Stony Mountain, even though, you're part of GroupChatConvs and Stony Mountain, it's kind of like, I feel like for GroupChatConvs, I feel like there's certain things, Tyler, that you might not even notice, that we've picked up from Stony Mountain solely just
Yeah.
because, you're a part of both.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Damn.
And then
For real.
Yeah.
That's why I bring
Yeah.
that up. 'Cause,
Yeah.
yeah, for real. Even as far as, not to cut you off at all, but even as far as like, now we hold meetings every week. That's from
Type shit.
Stony Mountain. Because
Facts.
y'all
Yeah.
hold meetings, every night?
Every night.
Yeah,
damn
now
near.
we get one in every week. I don't necessarily feel like we need to have one every night, but we do need to have that structure of just communicating on a consistent level.
Yeah.
yeah,
Recapping and just being on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Because we all have different ambitions outside of this sole ambition. So
Yeah.
we have to understand our wants and our needs, our gives and our takes, and we're human. We make mistakes. We might not do what we say we're doing, but as long as we're fixing that and we're all understanding that we're human, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
yeah,
It just makes sense,
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just like, I don't know, man. It's hard because when if you look at GroupChatConvs fucking 3 months ago, like the way we move is completely different. Even
Completely.
I mean,
Completely.
completely different. That's 3 months ago. Now, if you look at to when we started it, like that's we like it's funny though because even if you look back to the first month that we started, like we still do things. We still do certain things, like from when we first started it to now. You know what I mean? Like there's certain things that even when we were doing then that, we still do now. And
Mhm.
like just because when we started up, we still all had the same mindset,
Facts.
we all had the same goal and we all wanted to do it together, so it's like, it's just, as time goes on, you start to learn new things, you start to pick up new things, you start to, just figure out, how things are supposed to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even to piggyback off that, me and Tyler were talking about this off camera. I was like, yo, have you peeped like the first episode we ever put on YouTube recently? He was like, yeah. I was like, bro, within the first 2 minutes, I found like 15 things that we would
Yeah.
never fucking do.
You can name them all.
now. But it's like, it's like, I would never look back and be like, damn, I wish we didn't go through that, because we needed to go through that to be like, nah, you can't do it that way. Like,
Yeah,
can't do
yeah.
that. We have to drop that. But like you said, there's still things that's like, no, keep this,
Yes.
keep this, take this out, keep this. And it's almost like a stacking effect.
Yeah.
You take
Yeah.
out something you don't need, then you implement
Yeah.
the next thing you need, I just think it's such a beautiful process,
Yeah.
bro.
And I
Oh,
love
yeah.
how we do it because I feel like it's so relatable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because people can understand that like some things don't make sense sometimes, but like it's understandable that it doesn't make sense. So
Yeah,
how does it
yeah.
make sense? Does that make sense?
That was fire because that made perfect sense.
Yeah, bro. It's like you just know.
Yeah.
There's communities out there, bro, that solely do what they need to do in order to build themselves up. Even tribes still, bro. Like, you can bring it back even to ancient times where people colonized together because that's the only way they could become established.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A
Oh,
true
yeah.
utopia wasn't built on one person's back. It was built on thousands upon thousands of people's,
And I just think it comes back to, because I do a lot of, like, sometimes in my leisure time, I like to, study psychology, and it just comes back to the fact, like, it's human nature to want to be a part of something and build something. Then once you see progress, it's like that dopamine goes off.
Yeah.
Rush. It's like, oh my God, I have to keep going.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just, it's
Definitely.
a beautiful process.
Yeah.
But like I said, shout out to all of you, because none of this is possible without any of you.
Thank you.
We appreciate it all. But to maybe switch lanes a little bit.
Yeah.
Did y'all see the news about Jupiter
No.
here
Dude.
recently?
No.
Let me pull it up so I can read it exactly. Jupiter, the massive planet Jupiter, will be closest to pass Earth than it ever has been in the last 59 years on Monday. September 26th, it will become easily visible in the night sky.
Jupiter.
Jupiter, yes. The planet Jupiter. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm
All the planets finally, or Jupiter and the Earth finally aligned together.
Yeah. Have you guys seen the new picture? Was that Jupiter?
Of Jupiter,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I
Did you
haven't.
see the picture
Dude,
of
it was crazy.
Dude,
Super bright. The rings around it were lit up like Christmas.
For real.
Dude,
You-
it was
bro, one of their moons is so big that like is almost a fucking sun.
dude.
Like it's like, because I'm pretty sure the entire moon is covered in frozen nitrogen or some shit like
I
that.
think.
And so like it literally just reflects off light.
Wait, time out. We need to back up. So Jupiter has their own moon and sun?
Jupiter has multiple moons.
Jupiter has like 3 moons, 4,
Yeah, I think
3 moons.
Jupiter has wait. Does Jupiter and Saturn have rings?
Yes.
Okay. Jupiter has, I don't know exactly how many moons they have. Which one of them has like 9 fucking moons? Which
Saturn
one?
has more moons, I'm pretty sure.
Saturn is Saturn the biggest, or is it
Saturn's bigger than Jupiter.
Saturn is the biggest planet in the galaxy, right? Or is it what's the other one?
It may be besides the sun, it may be
Venus?
Saturn.
Isn't hold on. Because I'm not gonna lie. We have Earth, Saturn, or let me start over. We got Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus. That's the moon, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about Neptune?
Neptune, and then Venus, right?
Venus.
Yes.
And then
Pluto doesn't count.
I mean,
I don't give a fuck about Pluto.
but it's still in our galaxy though.
Yeah,
right?
you're right.
Okay, so I wish I knew which one had all the moons, which one was the biggest. I need to get on my astrology.
But they
Yeah,
do
for
have multiple.
Multiple.
I didn't know that.
And
Wow.
and I'm pretty sure the reason why there are rings is like, is it moon rocks that are around? Or like,
I think it's gas.
is it,
isn't it?
but it's also like rocks.
Yeah, it's like gas and rocks. Like if you wanted to fly through it, it'd be like flying through like
You couldn't,
yeah, because it'd be like going to like
Wow.
a meteor shower.
worse than,
Yeah,
I
because
never knew that.
yeah, it'd
'Cause-
be that's why we can't send anything over there. Like we can, but once you
Oh.
get so close, the other planet's atmospheres just burn up our elements that we
Yeah.
have in space.
So
which
it's
is nuts.
dead ass like I saw a scene like Star Wars, like it's dodging like a bunch of like
that. Yeah,
That's true.
Like,
yeah,
like
that,
it'd be
yes.
like that type
That's very
shit.
true. Thankfully, those type of shits aren't in our like we don't have any of those, but
yeah.
those are definitely
But
out there.
If
Yeah.
you went to
Word.
like Jupiter, then to even get into the planet, you'd have to go through the gas and all the rocks, which is different. It's not like in Star Wars where it's just a bunch of rocks floating in space you gotta fly through. Like it's gonna be gas and all this shit. You're not gonna be able to see nothing at all.
Yeah,
Wow.
and also
Wow, that's crazy.
did you know that whenever 2 suns collide, that's what creates a black hole?
I didn't.
Yeah,
That's what creates a black hole?
I'm pretty sure that's what creates a black hole.
Hmm.
I think there may be other elements to it, but I'm pretty sure 2 like gigantic stars
Yeah.
or a sun colliding towards one another.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure, bro.
I
Because the violentness of 2 big ass stars colliding in nothingness causes a vortex
yeah.
or
and it's
causes
just-
a like
and-
because
Yeah.
Yeah.
like it doesn't explode like
it
normal.
makes sense, yeah.
It doesn't explode like
Because-
normal.
because when a star explodes by itself, that's a supernova.
Yeah,
And when that happens, it's like
like a big ass reflection.
yeah, it's
that
like
we
the,
see.
yeah, it's like could be like the biggest thing in space because it's a giant gas, hot ass ball that just fucking explodes.
Light years away, too.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
which is nuts.
Space is just so crazy to me. This is what 2 episodes in a row.
Yeah,
Or
Hey,
that's
but-
two,
that's
but-
why going back whenever y'all were talking about why we haven't explored the sea as much, although it is pressure has to do with one of it. It's also that like, dude, space is like we haven't explored space. You know, it's just crazy. We can have like hours upon hours of talking about space, but yeah,
What was the thing a couple years ago when we were in high school? Like a super big thing. I forgot what it was. Was it a red moon? No.
lunar eclipse.
Yeah.
Those
I think
happen.
it
Those
was,
happen
yeah.
every what? 4, 6, or 8 years.
Yes, something there. I seen a picture of there was an eclipse that happened and like over the sun, and it was literally as like the sun was like rising from the sea. It looked fucking crazy.
I could only imagine.
For real.
Like it showed up as like devil horns
Yeah, that's why.
coming out of the water.
Yeah,
Because like the sun was like red, because it's like, you know how the sun is like
Mhm.
if you're on the ocean at that point and it's coming up, looks like it's coming up out of the water.
yeah.
Since we're on the topic of space, another thing that I saw, I don't know if you guys saw, but this is kind of recently, they found like on Mars, one of the rovers found it was something like it wasn't a clear, like it wasn't an actual sign of life, but it had something to do with like, and like organic molecule. I don't know. I wish I knew exactly. I don't want to look it up, but like they found it, and it was like, I don't know if it was rocks or like it was tubes or something, but like they just continue to find more and more shit on Mars, which is just like, you know, it just makes you think.
Because I don't think we've excavated Mars, have we?
Nah, I mean,
We've picked up samples, but like to have a true an exploration and excavation of that, I think we'd have to have the like big bulky equipment land and then
yeah, and then
mine and then grab.
yeah, and that's just like,
And we'd have to counteract the elements of Mars because it's not the same gravitational
Yeah.
pull as it is here. So our technology would have to also counteract that.
I mean, you guys have seen pictures of Mars, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it literally just looks
very
like,
very desolate, like a big Saharan desert.
yeah,
That's red.
literally. Skies are just like, skies always look like overcast,
dust,
clear,
yeah.
like it's just like big fucking dusty desert.
It's like a dust ball.
But at the same time, I mean, when you think about a planet like that, I mean, you think about think if we lived on Mars and we sent something to Earth, right? And it landed here in Gastonia, okay? Like if we
Could have said Charlotte.
okay, here I'll redo it. So think if we lived
Cutting
on
that.
listen, look, think if we lived on Mars and they sent a and you know we lived on Mars. They sent a rover to Earth and it landed in North Carolina, right? It landed in North Carolina and we're exploring, you know, the rover exploring North Carolina. We're finding stuff in the area it's exploring. And then you have to
As North Carolina is like the way it is now, like
I mean-
civilized and stuff.
no, not
okay.
civilized.
Oh,
nigga.
okay.
No, like we're civilized on Mars.
Okay.
Earth
okay.
isn't
Gotcha.
civilized. We haven't explored Earth. Okay?
Okay.
So we send a rover out to Earth. It lands in North Carolina, and we're finding all this stuff in North Carolina. But like, you got to think. Just think. Like, I think I'm putting it in perspective to look at a rover on Mars and think about, you know, planet size. Like a rover here in North Carolina would look like, and then imagine if you sent a rover and it landed in fucking, I don't know, Antarctica or Australia or the like Amazon where the rainforest is type shit. Like they're so like the planet is so big. So
That's so true.
That's true.
So you got to look at, you know, the rover being on Mars. Like I know there's been one that's been on Mars for the fucking longest, but like
A rover can only rove for so far, so
bro,
quickly.
like you know how slow that shit probably moves. Like
Quick.
Yeah, bro.
it's
Or
not
slow, excuse me.
Yeah, it's not.
I haven't even thought about that. Now that you bring it up, like just that perspective, you know,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
You know, we
Facts.
need a Wally robot.
Type shit.
Oh my
Some guy that
god!
can just beep, beep, boop.
Oh my god!
Dig like a nice little cavern for us.
Yeah.
Park a little bit of equipment.
Literally. But yeah, before we get out of here, the last topic that we're gonna touch on. Have y'all heard about the Boston Celtics coach? What he got into?
Man, I heard that he got into a
Details are
relationship.
still coming out. By
Yeah.
the time this episode is released, I'm sure the full story will be out there. But
But-
this is only being out within like 36 hours or
Yeah.
so.
So what happened was, apparently he was messing with a staff member of
Mhm.
the Boston Celtics, and that's a big no-no apparently for some reason. And yeah, he got suspended for it, bro.
Yeah, apparently
That's
it's
crazy.
their like organizational guidelines.
But do guidelines mean that you have to follow those, or
Yeah, it's like their organizational guidelines, like rules, like how
okay, like rules and regulations?
like Caramont's rules are probably differ from Novant's rules, like type
Facts.
shit.
Okay.
You know, and I think Stephen A. Smith brought this up on First Take earlier this morning. It's like, why would you even let that news come out? Because first of all, it's someone's personal life. Like that, in my opinion, that has absolutely nothing to do with basketball. Shouldn't be any disciplinary action at all. In my opinion, it has nothing to do with basketball. Literally has nothing to do with basketball.
Yeah.
But he's like, why would you ever let that news come out if you're not gonna fire him?
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah, you're gonna suspend him for a year. What is he gonna do? Come back after you suspended him for a year to still be your coach?
And tainted his
Yeah.
fucking name.
yeah,
like,
and as I mean, we're just gonna keep it blunt. You know, he's a black man. You know, he's a very
Yeah.
successful black man. He's a head coach. Does this happen if it's Phil Jackson,
Does it happen?
Does it?
That's $1 million question.
Mike D'Antoni?
It's not gonna happen. He's
You
gonna get
know?
a slap on the wrist and say, "Hey, let's go play this poker game, talk about it, and laugh it off."
I mean, bro, what were they doing to the Suns owner? Didn't they just fine him? I mean, I know it's different because
Yeah.
it's an organization. So like the owner, or I mean, I doubt it was Brad Stevens. But then again, Brad Stevens might be the one who was advocating for it. You never know. Fuck Brad Stevens. But
you fuck with Brad Stevens?
it's just fuck him. It's just like, but
He's a Celtics GM.
Okay. I was like,
oh, this nigga. But yeah, like the Suns owner. Now I know that's the league imposing it, but did they force him to sell the team? Because I just saw the news that he's selling the team, but did he get was it like forced through the guidelines from the sell the team, or was he just getting that fine?
No, it was all the NBA did as far as him. What was it? Was it sexually assaulting women?
Nah, he had. I think it had to do with like racial slurs and it was a bunch
slurs.
of allegations, a bunch.
Yeah, I do think women was in there too. That category. I'm not sure. I'm not trying to give any false narrative out there, but yeah, it was definitely a racial slurs. Was definitely one of those things. But yeah, the NBA didn't say you need to get rid of your team or sell the team. It was pretty much they suspend them for a year. Find them, was it 10K? No, it wasn't 10K.
It was in the millions.
Yeah.
It was in the millions.
But, he's a billionaire. That's chump change to him. And the only reason he is giving up the team is just pretty much because of the public backlash.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Wow.
Which I feel like in part of it, the NBA knew that would happen. He would get forced because, like, at the end of the day, nobody, imagine the backlash of him still being an owner and people, you're going to lose money. People are going to boycott the Suns games. That's going to hurt, so many things. Like, it's more than just, like that. Like, when it comes to that goes into now you're looking at, like, city officials in the city of Phoenix are now coming on to you saying you need to sell the team, like backlash like that. Because if nobody's going to the Suns games, now, now the city is losing revenue. Once it gets to that point, now the state, like, that's the higher ups. Because, like, a professional sports team is very important to a city, even to the state. Yeah, so
you think about how much money the Carolina Panthers brings in, bro.
Especially
from the
football.
South Carolina and to North Carolina.
Yeah, NFL is just a different category when it comes to bringing in money.
Yeah.
They work wonders. But I just think, like I said, I personally don't think because it'd be also different if it's like if the Celtics are one of the worst teams in the NBA and it's like the coach is out here fucking around, like, get rid of them or something. But it's like they just went to the NBA Finals, took the Warriors, 6 games? Or was it?
No.
5.
6.
It was 5-6. Either way, it was they were the better team in that series. It was just championship DNA. I feel the Golden State won, but it's like he's a very successful coach. He is obviously taking care of his job. Granted he's doing things he maybe shouldn't do, but that's, in my opinion, I look at it like I'm in no place to judge him. I feel like that's the organization, like, pretty much like judging him for his own personal life. Like,
yeah.
It's crazy. I just don't understand that.
Wasn't he the assistant coach?
When?
Wasn't he when Brad Stevens was the head coach?
I believe so.
So he just stepped up into the role. See what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of fishiness that's going around. It's just, and we don't know the whole story. We'll get more details as the days go on. So, then we can have a clear opinion on it. But for the most part, regardless, like, you're getting suspended for a whole year after you just took the team to the finals. You're getting suspended for having relationships with with somebody who
which was
for
very
the team.
consensual. They made that apparent. It was a very consensual relationship, like 2 grown ass adults, But the thing that I have to, he did take an L on, like, he's with Nia Long.
Yeah,
like, they were like, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing?
What are we doing, bro?
What are we doing, bro?
And I also got to say
that's
this.
an L.
I also got to say this, like, bro, why out of all people did you have to go and fuck the fucking somebody you work with? Like, bro, like, niggas aren't even trying to do their fucking day jobs.
Yeah, fuck all that.
You know what I mean? And you're a head coach, and you're like that. That's why I want more details. I want to know, like, was it one of the, like, personal trainers? Was it like a bro? Like, what was it, like a little
secretary?
Yeah, like, or was it like a little low level, like, little low level worker?
Hey, you know what it was?
Like,
it was him being in the office studying film, just being in the arena too much, just coming across the same girl.
And listen, I hope she wasn't white. I hope she wasn't white. If she's white, bro, can you imagine the fucking backlash she's gonna get? Oh my God, I'm gonna be real. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
No cap.
All you're gonna be seeing, you cheated on Nia Long for a white woman. Oh my God, it's gonna be crazy,
bro. I'm already seeing the memes because Cole has a line saying something about Nia Long, and it's like I've already seen the memes like J. Cole when he hears Nia Long is single. It is.
Yes, that's true.
It's just like funny stuff, man. But
I got a question I want to ask y'all just before about to wrap this up. I got a question. So I need your top 5 TV shows.
Man,
my top 5 TV shows.
Yes.
Yeah, Tyler, you can go ahead.
Number 1 that I'm watching or just all time?
What would you like? Okay, so let me do top 3. I feel like 5
top
is
3
a
is
lot.
better.
Yeah,
I can do top 3.
Okay, give me your top 3 of all time. Top
all
3
time,
shows.
Game of Thrones show.
Okay.
1. Umbrella Academy.
Ooh.
Never seen that.
The Mandalorian.
Okay.
Mandalorian.
TV shows.
That's good.
Wait, hold on. Is this like the best shows or your favorite shows?
Top 3.
Just your top 3
okay.
shows.
You go ahead.
Before I go ahead, Tyler, is Umbrella Academy, is it worth watching? Because I got to season 2. Season 1 was okay. I got to season 2 and it was kind of like
I love the characters.
Okay.
For some reason I love the characters.
The characters are good. That's kind of what was keeping me watching through season 1.
I just love the characters and just the personalities of all of them coming together. They're all different.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, Umbrella Academy. You've never seen it?
No.
Have you heard of it?
Eli's not gonna like it. Eli's not gonna like it.
I don't think he is.
No. Because
I guess I'm not gonna like it.
It's very particular.
for reasons that won't be spoke about on the podcast.
Oh, okay. I know exactly what you mean then.
Okay, my top 5 shows I have. Top 3. My top 3 shows. I'm gonna put Power 1.
Ooh.
I'm gonna put Game of Thrones 2.
Ooh, I like that.
And I'm gonna put The Office 3.
The Office, okay.
Fuck it. I'm putting The Office top 3.
For me,
Dunder Mifflin and Mufflin.
Yes, I'm a Dunder Mifflin associate.
What is it? For me, number 1 is the Ozarks.
Okay.
Okay.
I love that show. That's honestly one of the best shows I've ever seen. Ozarks. I'd say The Office. Office has to be up there. Office is just classic.
Okay.
That classic show. And then probably say number 3. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I love The Simpsons.
Okay, that's safe.
Bro, I love The Simpsons,
classic.
bro. The Simpsons are a classic to me, bro.
Nigga, hell no.
Nah, bro, The Simpsons are a classic to me,
Simpsons
bro.
are a classic.
Bro, The Simpsons have been running consistent episodes since like the 80s, bro.
I give them their respect. Family Guy is better than The Simpsons.
Family Guy is better
Family
than The Simpsons.
yeah.
Family Guy is more like adult.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, Simpsons is like, it's TV friendly, but at the same time, it's not. Simpsons is like, it is, but it's also not.
Yeah.
It's just
Kind of like Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, like Simpsons is a classic. Like, there's like
or King of the Hill.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie. I used to hate seeing King of the Hill come on.
I hated King of the Hill.
But now I've heard people say if you hated seeing it come on when you were a kid, like
you'll like it now.
Yeah, you'll like it now just because
I might have to tap back into it.
To it. Yeah. Also, shout out Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty is Rick and Morty is like,
bro. Rick and Morty have one little thing. Rick and Morty have literally been in like shoes, like smoke accessories, fucking, just everything.
When's the Stony Mountain collab coming?
Hey, coming soon.
One day.
One day.
Soon.
One day. 1%.
But yeah,
1%.
y'all heard it here first, man. Group Chat Convos, episode 30. Shout out to Stony Mountain, Eat with Zoe, DPP podcast. Y'all know the deal. 1%
shout out to us.
better.
Yeah,
shout out to us, man.
We've been keeping
it lit. We love y'all. See you guys next time.
Appreciate